In this video, I will demonstrate the steps that are shown under directions and talk a little bit about the overall activity, plus some of the issues that students tend to run into with the angle tool. So, first step is to measure the angles at E. So when clicking on 3 points, the point E needs to be the middle point. If you go from, so say A to E to C, and if you get an angle that's more than 180 degrees, which is called a reflex angle, we need to click on the points in the reverse order. So I did A, E, C. So I'm going to undo. I'm going to click CEA, and that gives me the angle that's less than 180. You click on the move tool, and then you can actually left click, hold the mouse button down, and slide the angle into its correct location. I would encourage you to do that. So if I continue, make sure all the angles are under 180 degrees. Make sure you place the angle where it needs to go. So in the end, there should be 4 angle measurements. All 4 angle measurements should be less than 180. When verifying this, for example, make sure you're intentional to make an angle obtuse. Make sure that angle there and the other angles, you notice here this angle is not the obtuse angle, so these two numbers are in the wrong place. So I'm going to switch them. So make sure that when you're doing this, that's one of the common errors, that the angles get placed in the wrong place. So make sure that, again, that the obtuse angle measurements are with the obtuse, as well as the acute angles are with the acute measurements. All right, step 2, or actually step 3, asks you to place a point between D and E and on the line. And that point should probably be F. Next step is to use the parallel line tool. So you can click on the point and then the line, or the line and then the point. Either way, it will work. So point, then the line, and that will give you a line that will be parallel to AB. If I move point A, you'll notice that the line stays parallel to it. It doesn't get any closer, as in they're not going to intersect. Next, we are going to place a point to the left and to the right of point F on the line. And the reason we're doing that is so that we have enough points to be able to measure the angles at point F. So I'm going to use point E, but you could also use point C. So point E, F, G. Again, make sure that angle is less than 180. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to continue and measure the three remain angles, so that you have a total of 8 angle measurements. When you're done with that, this point here can be slid up and down. It will only go as far as F. It won't go any further above that. Try to keep the point between D and E based on the construction. Once you get past D down here, it's possible that an angle could go from a angle measuring less than 180 to a reflex angle, just because of the way you click on the points, and D being down here. When you push point F past that, that means D is now in a different place. So just keep F between D and E. You have 2 questions to answer. You're trying to look for patterns and then trying to develop a conjecture of what you believe is happening. And then the last 2 are problems where you're given 2 pictures and then asked to find the missing angles. You have a pen tool. You can change the color as well as the thickness of it. And if you click on this down arrow, it will close the window for you so that you have complete area to work out the problem, as well as show any work that's needed. Hopefully this video provides you enough information to complete the construction. If you have any questions, please let me know.